Hey everyone, Personal Finance. I am going to talk to you about this assignment that I just posted today so that you know what you're doing today while I am out of the classroom. So I posted Do It Yourself Debt Relief Project. So I'm going to go to click on it and explain it to you. All right, here it comes. So you are going to be helping out Madison, and we've done some budgeting type things similar to this throughout this unit, but Madison graduated from college 5.5 months ago, so pretend she graduated in December. It took her these 5 months to get a job, but now it's May, and she's got a job aligned to her major, so she's super excited about that. But she needs to manage her debt a little bit better. And so we have here a little bit more about her. So she's 23. She has credit history for 7 years because she was an authorized user on her parents' account, so she's been doing the right thing there. She was living rent-free with her dad, but now that she got her job, it's an hour and a half away, so that's too long of a commute. So she got an apartment with another friend, so her rent cost right here is split in half for her. Her grandma gave her a down payment for a hybrid car, so she bought that a few months ago. She's made 2 payments. So you can see her car payment costs right here, because again, these are all her expenses last month, her budget. She knows it's important to maintain a good credit score, so she's been on time on all her payments. And she's not going to put any more money on her credit card until she has her debts paid off. She does have a balance though on her credit card from college. She only has $200 in her savings account, no other options as emergency, and she knows she should do her company's 401k. They'll match up to $3,000 a year, which divided by 12 would be $250 a month. But you can see right now she doesn't have $250 a month to put in there. So in order to reach that goal, her emergency goal, to get debts paid off, she's going to have to do something different. So, and at some point she'll also want to save up for her own condo or something that she can rent by herself. So this is her cash flow at this point. So we're going to go back to this. Right here, we are at her car loan, and this is telling us right now, just don't worry about the dates, just pretend that this is 2 months ago because the dates are off. But this is how much she has left on her loan. These are her payments. You can see her interest rate is very low on her car loans. Her student loans interest rate is also very low. Back when this simulation was made 5 years ago, rates were lower. So that's what her student loans are. This is her credit card. There's the APR for her credit card, a bit higher. And she owes a bit more on this credit card right here. She's paying just over the minimum on that, and she's paying the minimum on this store card, like a Shields or Target or whatever card that she has. That's her balance on the credit card right there. So that's giving us a little more information on her debts. All of these debts are listed in here, how much she's paying per month on them. And she has to make those payments. Those are, her fixed expenses, but she can add more to those if you think she should when you're going to give her recommendations. So you need to work. You can work with a partner. You can work on your own, or if you work in a group of 3, you have to do 7 recommendations. Otherwise, you will do 5 if you're a group of 1 or 2. Next steps for Madison. What can she do to manage her debt more responsibly? How much total debt does she have right now? You can look at the balances, the interest rates, and all that, some of the things we were looking at already. Is her lifestyle sustainable? With only $42 at the end of the month, she probably is not going to reach her goals anytime soon unless there are changes she could make. So thinking about all these other questions you can look at too. Refinancing would be a lower interest rate, and her rates are pretty low. So that might not be an option here, but you can do some digging if you want to look into that. Here are some links you can use. Definitely recommend using this top link. This is the credit card link that we have used in the past, so that you can put in how much is on her credit card, what her interest rate is, and then what her payments, right now what she's paying per month, or how long to pay it off, and then you can calculate. And then you can screenshot this. You're going to use this on your presentation. The more screenshots, charts you use, the better your presentation will be. So that's one link I recommend you use. You might not want to use the student loan one. Sometimes that one doesn't work. But besides that, she's already got a really low interest rate. And if she would change that, that would change that interest rate. And her car loan is also really low, so not sure that you'd want to use that one, but that's there as well. So you don't have to fill this out, but this is to help you kind of sketch out what your recommendation is going to be. You have to do 5 in a sentence. What's your recommendation? Why is the rationale? And then the details is where you're going to include screenshots, charts, graphs, anything to help us understand it better. You are not using paragraphs of text on here. And at least one recommendation has to be non-debt related, so more like savings. You'll rank them in order of how she should do them. Create a presentation. This link, you can use it if you want, and then just change the theme and everything if you want to, or you can set it up yourself, but this is basically how you want to set it up. You can do file, make a copy of this. You're going to do her, like the title of the presentation, and then you're going to do her first recommendation, why, and then the details. Second recommendation, why, and the details, like this, as you keep going. So that presentation, I'll let it keep loading, but that's what it's going to show you over here. So you can use that one if you want. You will be presenting this to the class on Tuesday next week. Here's your grading. Each recommendation is worth 5 points, 25 points total. 1 for the recommendation, 1 for the rationale, 1 for the details, 1 for the slide design using bullets, and spelling grammar is correct, and then 1 for presenting to the class. So. And then right here, it's best to use spreadsheets or Excel to start, and I would recommend everybody starts there. So start with the spreadsheet and then go from there, because she can't meet any of her goals until she does some things to change it as well. So here's where I recommend you start. I have this sample right here so that you can look at that. So there's her budget, but I just wrote it down, in a spreadsheet form. This is everything she spent last month. And then maybe we can do some editing. So assuming she gets paid the same, rent, utilities, cell phone is probably going to be the same. So I'd put that same number here. Her car payment, unless she's going to pay more, is going to be the same. And that's a low interest rate, so I'm going to leave that. But then other transportation, that's probably including gas, including car insurance, including any other fees that she's paying, or maintenance and oil change. It's kind of high. But gas is high right now. Maybe I can't change that one at all. Maybe I have to leave that one the same, but maybe I can change food. So you can do some adjusting with that and see what new number you can get total here. To get this total here, I did equals sum, and then I added all of this up. And then when you click on this corner box and drag it over, when you get that black crosshairs, then it's going to re-add for me here. So if I would keep other transportation but change food, it's going to just keep adding for me so I can get my new total here. So I would recommend everybody's first suggestion is to rework her budget, her first recommendation, do a screenshot of this, and find out how much she has left. This left is your net pay minus this. Always do an equal sign, B2 minus B5 in here, and then I drag this over right here. So I don't want to make this video any longer. Hopefully that can get you all started today, that you can work on the budget here and start talking with your group on how you can figure out what is going to be best for her to help her reach. Remember, she's got a lot of goals that she wants to reach, and how can you best help her do that? So looking at all this information for her, because if she just keeps going as she's going right now, $42 is not going to be enough she'll just keep paying minimums on debts, and she'll not really get anything saved or her 401k started or anything like that. So awesome. I hope everything is good, and I'm going to try to figure out how to stop this, and then we're good.